Get the latest movie reviews, Hollywood news, and inside views. It's time for Behind the Screens with Lights, Camera, Jackson on 107.7 GNA. Get the latest movie reviews, Hollywood news, and inside views. It's time for Behind the Screens with Lights, Camera, Jackson on 107.7 GNA.
All right, we do this segment every Friday morning. Our good friend Lights, Camera, Jackson joins us to take us behind the screens. We'll find out if anything interesting is worth checking out this weekend in the theaters, and I think the answer to that is yes. And other movie news as well. Good morning, Jax. How are you?
Welcome to Jurassic World.
Okay, so let me just get this out of the way because I know that you're going to review it for us. The trailers looked absolutely atrocious. They have completely, in my opinion, butchered this movie and this franchise. They have turned it into the Transformers of great dinosaur movies.
Really?
There's a lot going on here. Transformers, even Planet of the Apes series, they've turned into this with Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. So I saw this last night. I thought the first Jurassic World movie was all right, but it didn't really excite me. It didn't get me going. Same kind of goes with this movie, which has a volcano erupt on the island where all the dinosaurs were for Jurassic World, and so they have to be taken off, but some bad guys want to do some bad stuff with them, and Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard got to come in and save the day. To me, it's a more ambitious film than the first one, but just not as successful either, because it's not awe-inspiring when you look at the visuals, and it's just not all that exciting. I wanted to get excited by the action scenes, but you don't quite get there.
Well, that was the thing. Like, when you watch Jurassic Park for the first time, right, and they take you in that car, and you're approaching Jurassic Park, and they open up those doors, and the first thing you see is a big, I don't know, brontosaurus or whatever the heck it is.
Yeah, something
you're
runs
like,
by.
oh my gosh, I've never seen this in a movie before.
Right.
And now
it's been 25 years since then, and we've seen so many big action movies with these incredible visuals and these large creatures, so it is not that new. It is not as exciting as before. Your jaws don't drop. It's very familiar, this film. Feels like it's borrowing from the other installments in this series, not trying to be cute, but just to get a 2-hour plot going. So yeah, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, a lot of little kids at the showing last night, I think because school's finally out. The movie's not for little kids. You are going to get scared. There are going to be little kids who are going to have nightmares about dinosaurs coming into their bedroom and terrorizing them for quite a while.
All right, it'll do well. We know it'll do probably 140, 150 million this weekend.
Yeah, I don't think 200
really?
like the first one did, but probably 150 to 165.
All right, anything else opening up this weekend, too, of note?
People want to see this. It's the Mr. Rogers documentary called Won't You Be My Neighbor. I saw it a few weeks ago at the Berkshire International Film Festival. I like it. If you followed Mr. Rogers your whole life, if you grew up with Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, then you have to see this documentary and you have to see how it plays out. Some of the choices made by the director, Morgan Neville, I thought were interesting, and minor elements didn't quite work that well, including the ending, which I feel is extremely abrupt. But it is a solid documentary that looks at a very complex life of this man and his career. A lot of the focus is on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood itself. So if you're into some behind-the-scenes television stuff, you're going to get a little bit of that in this documentary.
I don't know that there's a more beloved television character in the history of TV than Mr. Rogers.
No, I would say you're probably right.
And it's the 50th anniversary of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, which is why this documentary is out, which is why the stamps were out not that long ago. PBS did their own documentary. It is the year of Mr. Rogers.
I'm just trying to think if there's anybody. There's really nobody else. Anderson Cooper? Maybe? I don't know. That's the first Anderson Cooper.
Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood?
Bill O'Reilly? I'm just trying to think, like, really, Bill O'Reilly probably would be the other one. So, can we talk, too, about the trailer, which came out this week for Creed 2, which I love this franchise. And, listen, I'm a huge fan of the Rocky movies. Who isn't? Creed was fantastic, though, and Creed 2 looks interesting. Do you want to tell us more about that?
Yeah, Creed 2, Michael B. Jordan and Sylvester Stallone are back. It's going to come out Thanksgiving, which is what the first one did back in 2015. I think that film focused on Adonis. Half of the story went to Adonis, half of the story went to Rocky. It was really kind of split down the middle. I think Michael B. Jordan's character is going to get even more of a focus here as he goes back into the ring to fight a Drago. You got to be excited about that, Brian.
Yeah, when I saw the trailer and I'm watching it, it's about 90 seconds long. The very last thing that you see is him getting into the ring after he's been warned not to fight this guy because he's dangerous. The opponent takes the robe off, and you see the robe fall to the corner. with the name Drago on the back. Now, Ivan Drago,
Right.
that's Rocky IV. I mean, that's just a great one, right?
Right.
And he's the one. He's the one that
we've got that. Yeah. I think
he
it's going to be
Apollo.
another box office hit. I really do.
Well, thanks, Jackson. If people want more from you, buddy, how can they do that?
Lights-camera-jackson.com, Twitter at LCJ Reviews, Instagram at LightsCamJackson, and I have joined IGTV. I put up a little video before Jurassic World last night.
Oh, cool.
So look for that on Instagram.
Thanks, Jackson.